Not all restaurants charge service charge. What better thing to do than walk from the beach to food? Yeah, cook food. Hello and welcome to my channel, Expat Barbados. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 more in fact, things I wish I knew before I came to Barbados. Well, the first thing I have got to say is how easy it is to access cooked food here in Barbados. Yes, there are these amazing local people who have these little vans, and inside there, if they open up that little van at the back, they have an array of wonderful local Bajan food to eat. And not only is the food very tasty, it's also very, very good value. So remember that you do not have to always think, even if you come on holiday, that you have to actually stock up lots of food in your Airbnb, because there are so many other places that you can find food, and that is not even including the restaurants, the rum bars and all those places. No, you can go and get a really tasty, delicious local breakfast, lunch, evening meal from one of these local vendors. So look out for the little vans. Tend to be the ones I've seen tend to be white vans. Tell me in the comment if you know of other colours, but generally that's what I've seen. And tell me in the comment if you know of a really good vendor that does sell their food out of these vans. Actually, a lot of local people go and buy their cooked foods from them as well. And there are people who don't cook every day because they go and buy their cooked foods from somebody they know, maybe their friend who cooks some of the more local foods.
That's plenty. Yeah, I've got to close it, haven't we? Thank you.
Now, there was a time when you could just walk in to a lovely restaurant and get served immediately and a space be found for you. Well, that's changing, and it's changed a lot since COVID.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Since COVID, everybody got into the habit of having to book because that was a requirement, and basically is continued. And now that we've got more and more people coming onto the island, holiday makers, expats, you definitely need to book, especially if you know it's somewhere that is very popular. I would recommend phoning them up and reserving your table, even specifying where you would like your table to be, because you know I always like to get the sea view. So it is worth asking them for their advice on where you want to sit, or maybe you want a table where it might be a bit more shaded from the sun or a bit cooler. Yes, these are all the things that I think of when I go out for a meal, because you want to relax, you want to enjoy that experience. And the great thing about being in Barbados is generally you are not rushed away from your table, and so that means you really get the chance to relax and enjoy the whole experience of dining out, eating the food, having a few drinks, cocktails, chatting with your family and friends, and just enjoying the view. This is a very important thing to bear in mind. There is a certain period over the year, basically towards the end of August time. You know, you've had crop over and most people are going back. If anybody goes on holidays, a lot of people tend to go on holidays in the school holidays. So generally most schools start back in September, certainly in England. some in August in the US, and so on. You tend to therefore find that September is the month for maintenance. So if you are going to Barbados in September, just bear in mind that it will be quieter, and you may find that some of the restaurants, they are not open every day. You know, sometimes they'll have a scaled down service and some will actually be closed. So it is worth checking that out, because if you're coming to Barbados in September and you're thinking, wow, it's going to be really, really lively. Not to say don't come in September, because I have had family members who've been in September, they've really enjoyed it. It's just to say that some restaurants may not be fully functioning the times that you might have come accustomed to if you came the year before in high season when it was really, really busy. So just bear that in mind and check that out in terms of, you know, reserving places to eat out and so on. Okay. This is a tip for those of you who may have decided that you have moved to Barbados, you've settled into your home. Actually, it's worth having a local landline, and the reason why is because you can phone any other local landline and it's free. Yes, free. I didn't know that for ages. And the great thing is you can use that landline to call the restaurants and every place that you will find, all the tourist kind of destinations, they all have landlines. So whether it's to go and to one of the attractions out there, you can phone them on your landline and it will be free. There you go. That's a brilliant way to save some money for you. And I have to admit, we use the local landlines to actually call the restaurants, to make reservations. Actually, it comes in really, really handy. You will be surprised. And that will mean you will spend less money on using your mobile and your mobile data. WhatsApp, WhatsApp, WhatsApp. Yes, how amazing. Thank goodness for WhatsApp. Well, Barbados have taken it to another level, because if you are not on WhatsApp, you need to get on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is the preferred way of communicating with people. This is the way people communicate. And did you know that you can even book your food, reserve your food to collect later on WhatsApp? Yes, there are some of those amazing rum bars or local restaurants where they actually have a WhatsApp line where you can contact the person through WhatsApp. Yeah. Yeah, just remember you got that information from me. Yeah, I'm on a fantastic WhatsApp for Duchess in Speightstown, because I use her service quite a lot. She's got a fantastic local restaurant there where they do amazing food. You can actually go and eat on her deck, or you can actually go and collect her food. This is Duchess. This is where we're going to have something to eat, where we're collecting some food. She does amazing fish. Then over here we've got, like, I think apparently it's a pizza place. But basically, first thing in the morning I do, if I think I want to get some food from Duchess, is we get onto her Instagram. We see what food that she is cooking that day, what's on the menu, and then we quickly send a message through on the WhatsApp. We say what time we'd like to collect the food, and we go and get the food, and the food is ready. It's as simple as that. I told you, food is so accessible on the island. And the great thing about people like Duchess is the food is wonderful. And it is actually locally cooked, so beautifully seasoned food. I tend to always go for a fish. She has baked fish, she had fried fish, and she does a fantastic organic salad. There are fries. She does all kinds of things on that menu, and it is wonderful. And I'm sure there are lots of other places that do similar, if not the same, as what she is doing. So again, that's something to look for and ask for. But I'll put the link to Duchess in the description, and yeah, if you are passing through Speightstown or near to Speightstown, then definitely, if you would like to order some food, her food is fantastic. Barbados is actually a very conservative island. You might not believe that, but it is. And there are certain things that you need to bear in mind. And this is regarding beachwear and cover-ups and so on. Make sure that you keep the beachwear and your cover-ups to the beach. Do not go to restaurants thinking that you can just walk in with your swimming costume. So I'm talking about some of those more formal restaurants and so on. I've seen instances where people have been asked to go and put on something over their costume, and they won't serve them because you have to be appropriately dressed in Barbados when you go to eat. Yes, it would be something that would be expected. This just part of their etiquette, that if you go out to eat, you would be dressed. So going to eat in a swimming costume or a bikini or shorts with nothing on top to some of these restaurants would not be acceptable. So just bear that in mind. That's why I think it's always useful to research when you are going into some of these restaurants, that you check the dress code, because generally there is a dress code, and for men it tends to be definitely for the evening a more formal attire. And by that I mean that they generally do not want men coming to restaurants in shorts and flip-flops. That's probably acceptable in the daytime for a majority of the beach places and beach restaurants and so on. But when it comes to the evening, when it becomes more formal, then there is an expectation that you will dress up. And generally, as women, we do dress up for the evening, most likely. And for men, you would be expected to have a nice shirt on and to have maybe some nice slacks, pants, but certainly not wearing the kinds of shorts that you would wear to the beach. So just bear that in mind. So if you think the information I am sharing has been valuable, then please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Now, you may have heard the term lime being used when you're out and about in Barbados, but you might not actually have realised exactly what it means.
Right, okay, 1 minute.
It means, do you want to come out and hang out with us? And the answer to that is probably yes. So liming is a wonderful thing to do. If somebody asks you to come out and go liming with them, you know what to say. Basically, it means to get out, to relax, to chill, have a good time with friends and family. Did you know that often you will find that your neighbour or somebody down the road actually is growing their food and has their little plot of land at the back of the garden, and they are able to sell you food, sell you locally organic, freshly grown food? Yes, that is the case. That's why it's a really good idea to get to know the people in your community, get to know what they're doing, because that is a wonderful way for you to actually support your neighbour, support local people, and at the same time get food that is locally grown, organic, and at a very good price, and definitely a lot cheaper than buying it from the local supermarkets. So that's another tip for you. I would recommend that when you go to any of the banks or any of the government organisations, for example, if you're going to immigration, it is important to dress modestly. Do not go there wearing your swimming attire, even with a beach cover, thinking that you will be allowed in, because quite possibly you might not. I know that definitely if you're going to the immigration, then they are quite strict in terms of your dress. No shirt, no service is commonplace in Barbados, so bear that in mind. It is important because often in these institutions they have security and they may not let you in. At many restaurants across the island, there is a 10 to 15% service charge automatically applied to the bill. But did you know that you can actually go to other restaurants which give good service, equally good food, and not pay this, where you can just tip people for their service yourself? Did you know that? So check out in the description and I'll leave you a list of some of the places that I have enjoyed. Fantastic service, fantastic food, and no additional automatically applied service charge. Yes, I thought you'd like that.
Morning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want the frame. Come back for the frame.
Oh, lovely.
That looks lovely.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
About 90. If I get to 70, I'll be happy.
Obviously, it's still worth tipping if you believe you've had great service. Please make sure to like this video and also to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. We are going for 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate your support. Please share this video with family and friends who you think might be interested and want to learn more about Barbados. Whether it is for a place to go on holiday, or a place to work remotely, or a place to retire seasonally, or even full-time. We are here today in the most beautiful, stunning garden.